The reign of Caligula is nothing short of a historian's headache. There is so much nonsense spouted by ancient writers that it's difficult to sort through all of it. One of the most famous of these rumours is that Caligula wanted to make his horse, Incitatus, consul. Is this just a story, or is there something more to it? Let's find out. So this story winds down to us from two authors, Suetonius and Cassius Dio. Suetonius has this to say. On the day before the games, Caligula would impose silence on the neighbourhood with his soldiers for the sake of the horse Incitatus, lest he be disturbed. Besides a marble stable and an ivory manger and purple blankets and a gemstone collar, he even gave him a house and servants and furniture to more splendidly entertain those invited in his name. It is also rumoured that Caligula intended him to be consul. Here's the original Latin if you want to check my translation. Cassius Dio has a similar story. One of the horses, which he named Incitatus, he used to invite to dinner, where he would offer him gold and barley and drink his health in wine from golden goblets. He swore by the animal's life and fortune, and even promised to appoint him consul, a promise that he would certainly have carried out if he had lived longer. So, what are we to make of this? Historian Charlesworth describes Suetonius as a magpie-like collector of gossip, while he warns that Dio rarely lets slip an occasion for drama or moralising. And as far as drama and gossip go, wanting to make your horse consul certainly is up there. Both believe, at least outwardly, that Caligula genuinely did plan on making a horse consul, which fits right into their narratives on his depraved insanity. Although Roman authors were quick to label this as an act of madness, academic consensus these days generally says that this story came from a joke made by Caligula himself. The emperor did have a rather cruel sense of humour, but what exactly is the joke? The standard approach is encapsulated well in Alois Winterling's biography of Caligula. To equip the emperor's horse with a sumptuous household and to destine it for the consulship satirised the main aim of aristocrats' lives and laid it open to ridicule. Caligula placed his horse on the same level as the highest ranking members of society, and by implication equated them with a horse. The emperor can appoint anyone he likes to the consulship. Now, that's a reasonable take. It certainly is true that Caligula despised the senatorial order and their pretensions, but this interpretation gets dangerously close to mocking the office of consul itself. We must remember that Caligula held the consulship himself 4 times, and this has led one historian, David Woods, to suggest that Caligula was mocking one consul in particular, Servius Asinius Celer. To explain this joke, it's time for a quick Latin lesson. The name Asinius comes from asinus, which means donkey or ass, while Celer means fast. Meanwhile, we have Incitatus, who is a horse, and whose name roughly means quick. So we have a fast ass and a hasty horse. As Woods himself suggests, the joke could have gone something along the lines of, why have a fast ass for consul when you can have a fast horse instead? Or, considering how many of Servius's Asini forebearers were consuls before him, perhaps he joked that there'd been too many asses for consul already, so it's time for a horse. So there you have it. It might be sad that Caligula didn't actually make his horse consul, but I'm glad there was something to the story at least. Much less can be said for some of the other allegations made against him. Si discere de Romanis ultis, subscribite, valete mihi, et gratias vobis ago, quod Romanitatem vidistis.